Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Reader's Realm, the first episode of our podcast. I'm Amanda.
And I am Brenna.
Yes, so we're so excited and nervous. How are you feeling, Brenna?
Heavy on the nervous,
Yeah.
but excited. We're here to talk about books, what we both love so much. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're super excited. I think that this is just a cool opportunity to just talk about what we love, which is reading and books. Because I think reading can sometimes be like a solitary thing where you just read and you absorb it and you're like, okay, that was cool. But sometimes you want to talk about it and, express your thoughts and your feelings. So it turns into like more of a social thing where you can discuss it with people. And yeah, that's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited.
So I guess maybe we can say who we are as readers and talk about how we first started to love reading.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So I grew up, I was a big bookworm, like since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first series that like really sparked my interest with reading was the series of Unfortunate Events.
Mm-hmm.
I ate that series up and I actually like reread it recently as an adult and it was still pretty good. So that's like where my love of reading started. And then of course I went into like the Harry Potter and like the Magic Tree House and things like that. And then like the more dystopian things like as a teenager, which is kind of carried over into my adult life because I'm still very much a fantasy person and I don't really stray from that realm very often.
Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with a lot of that. I really enjoyed fantasy as a kid. Harry Potter was like everything.
Of course, yeah.
I think like my mom always tells the story like I started reading like at 3 with like a big stack of books on the
You
couch.
did not.
Well, I mean, I say reading with quotations because it was like I think I was looking at the pictures
Yeah.
and making up stories in my head. And then like when I eventually learned how to read, I went back to those books. I was like, oh, that was what that was about. So it was just fun to kind of just explore books and pictures and all of that. But then eventually, started reading more chapter books, Harry Potter. I read a lot of like historical fiction too, like the Dear America books. But I also liked a lot of realistic fiction as a kid and of course fantasies, mysteries. And then later on, I really enjoyed nonfiction books as an adult. Like I liked a lot of self-help books and inspirational books. I'm like, I need that. So I think I just recently started reading fiction again. I think you've helped me get into more fiction, which has been really fun and I've been enjoying it. So
I love that. I think I need to read more nonfiction. I need to branch out.
Yeah. And I think the best way to get into any genre is to just find something you like what's something, because nonfiction is like so vast. It could be like history, it could be like life stuff, or anything. Like there's so many different things you could dive into. So it's fun.
Yes. All right. So Reader's Realm, we've talked about who we are as readers, why we're doing this podcast to connect with other book lovers. So I guess we want to talk about how each episode is going to be split up and kind of ran.
Yeah. So looks like, we've got 4 main sections. So we'll start out every episode with bookish news, just, telling our listeners or our readers what we're reading or what's new in the book world. And then we'll go into what we're reading currently. And then I think our favorites is shelf indulgence.
Yes, shelf indulgence.
And I have to practice saying that so I don't get tongue-tied. That section is like what we're looking forward to and like book recommendations for everyone. And then we will end with what I came up with, the bookend. If you get it, you get it.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, it's like book club type questions and just a nice way to end the show.
All right. Sounds good. So I guess we just get right into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Bookish news. Bookish news. Okay, do you have any news? Because I only have one thing I want to talk about today.
Yeah, I've got one thing.
Okay.
I saw that there are a lot of celebrity memoirs coming out soon.
Ooh.
Jordan Childs, who was, one of the Olympians from the gymnastics team last year at the London Olympics. She has a memoir coming out called I'm That Girl. And
Okay, love the title.
Yes, it's about the challenges and joys of being an Olympic athlete, the racism she faced, body image issues, and how she's, overcome obstacles in her life. So if you're interested in that, I would highly recommend that. And then Dawn Staley also has another memoir coming out called Uncommon Favor, which she says a lot,
Of course, yes.
It's about her life, her career, coming from North Philadelphia to Columbia, and just her path to becoming the coach that she is today. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Those are cool. I might have to pick those two up.
Yeah. Have you read any memoirs?
Have I read any memoirs? I started Michelle Obama's What Was It Becoming?
Yeah.
And I never finished it. So I think maybe that's where I will start.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever read any. Maybe I read Barack Obama's like in school or something.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I have either. I think as an adult, I can appreciate them now. Like, yeah, as a fully, like, my frontal lobe is fully formed now, I think.
Right. You're like, this is how the adult mind works.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Love those. The only bookish news that I have to talk about today is Oathbound. It's out.
Okay. Yes.
It's out. It came out earlier this week.
Here.
It is finally here. This is my most anticipated release probably in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And, I'm maybe a third of the way through because I wanted to take my time. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but every time I turn the page, I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? Something else is happening. Bree, she just be Brian. Really.
Oh my gosh.
Love her, but girl.
Her decisions aren't that good? Like, what's...
Just, I wouldn't say that they are good, but the decisions that she makes, she is just so, like, strong-minded. And, like, when she has decided to do something, like, she's going to do it.
Yeah.
And, like, doesn't care what anyone else has to really say about it. And that definitely continues in this book. I'm like, girl, we cannot, like, keep putting ourselves in these positions because I need you to stay alive, ma'am.
And isn't she technically a teenager? Like, how old is she?
Yes, I think she's like 16 or 17. So, yeah, not even like a legal adult yet.
Yeah, that's got a lot to do with it. Like, what are you doing? Oh, you're a teenager. Okay.
I know. I keep reminding myself that these are teenagers that I'm reading about. So some of the decisions make sense. So that is my bookish news. And then I also wanted to discuss, I don't know if you have seen this, Amanda, but Barnes & Noble did a special edition release of Oathbound. It's really beautiful. It has like some artwork on the inside and the cover is a little bit different than the regular version.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. But I've been seeing all over TikTok and Instagram that even though Barnes & Noble has this special edition, that it's not getting like the shelf space that it deserves. Like, you know how Onyx Storm has like a big display and it's all out on the front tables? Nowhere to be found for Oathbound. They might have a small table in the back, in the corner. Like, yeah.
That's not right.
It's not. And everyone is really kind of up in arms about it. So, yeah, I have not been to Barnes & Noble. My plan is to go this afternoon just to see if ours has anything out for it. So I guess I'll report back next time. But I don't know. I feel like we need to be, not us, but like, bookstores should give all authors that, praise and visibility that they deserve, because Oathbound is like a big release. I think it's a popular series.
It really is. I mean, it was on every like anticipated release list that I've seen. So I'm very surprised that it's not getting the respect it deserves in the stores.
Right. Put some respect on Tracy's name.
Yeah. Come on. Wow. That's crazy.
I know. But the book is it's great. So
yeah. Without giving it away, it's great.
Without giving any spoilers. No spoilers, but it is fantastic so far.
Oh, man. I can't wait to read it.
I'm so excited. We have so much to discuss.
Yeah. We'll have to, like, devote an entire episode to Oathbound. Like, just Oathbound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what are we currently reading?
Yes. So, I like to read 2 books at a time. I try to. Like, an adult book and a book, typically meant for children because,
Yeah.
I'm a librarian, so I deal with a lot of books that are for children. I
Mm-hmm.
really like a lot of children's books. Like, that's the thing. Like, I love middle grade books because they have like a sense of hope that sometimes you don't always get with the adult books.
Yeah.
So highly recommend if people are not reading middle grade to check out some titles. The first like adult book that I want to get into is Star Wars: The High Republic, Light of the
Okay.
Jedi by Charles Soules. So I'm a huge, huge Star Wars fan. You know that.
I know this.
Yes, it's just, I've been a Star Wars fan since I was like in middle school, I want to say. So it's just been a love of mine. So I've read some Star Wars novels, but I've never read the High Republic books, which was a multimedia project like that Disney kind of started when Disney acquired Star Wars. It's known as the Golden Age of the Jedi, and 500 years before the events of like the movies or the Skywalker saga.
Oh, wow.
So it's my first step into the High Republic era. I was a huge fan of the show The Acolyte that was on Disney Plus, and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of sparked my interest into reading the novels. Still upset about The Acolyte being canceled, but I'm not going to talk
I'm
about
sorry.
that. That's a whole nother situation.
I'm sorry.
The sadness, but it's okay. It's okay. So, The Line of the Jedi is basically about this huge space disaster that happens, and a ship is destroyed in hyperspace. For all the Star Wars fans, they'll know what I mean when I say hyperspace, but it's like when you go from like, do you kind of understand what hyperspace is?
I have no idea what hyperspace
Okay,
is.
okay. So it's
I'm
like
sorry.
when the ship is in space and then it goes like really fast to like another location, like that's
Okay.
hyperspace.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And if I didn't explain it the right way to the hardcore Star Wars fans, I apologize. But that is my explanation. Okay. So, anyways, the pieces of the ship are kind of like floating, and they threaten to destroy entire systems in the galaxy. And the Jedi are sent out to restore peace. So this was like the time when the Jedi were like full force, everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
but all while this is happening, there's like this threat in the shadows. This group called the Nile. They're like a really terrible group. I haven't really figured out everything about them, but I'm excited to see what happens next. I have the physical book, but I'm currently listening to the audiobook, which is great because of the sound effects and the music. Lots of Star Wars music
Oh,
from John
yeah.
Williams. So it's like, listening to like the movie, but there's
Mm-hmm.
no visual. So it really brings it to life. Highly recommend it. And then the second book I'm reading is Anzu and the Realm of Darkness by Mai K. Win. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I'm not. And it's a middle grade graphic novel. Came out last year. I saw the cover and I just had to check it out. It has spirited away vibes and mystical elements. Yeah, so Anzu and her family, they just moved to a new city during Oban, which is a Japanese 3-day festival to pay respect to the dead. But it's not set in Japan. I think it's set in America. And she recently lost her grandma, and she doesn't really feel like celebrating. She's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't really like her name, and, she's facing a lot of like, self-identity issues, and she's very angsty, very teenagey. And she leaves home to get away from all the festivities, and she comes across this stray dog on the street, and then the dog's like staring right at her, and she follows it, but then she falls off of this ridge and loses consciousness.
Oh, no.
And yeah, she wakes up in the Shinto underworld known as Yomi, and the dog turns out to be the gatekeeper of the underworld. And he warns her to go back to the human world, but of course she's going to come across obstacles and evil spirits, and they make it difficult for her to return. And I'm still at the beginning, but I'm excited to see what happens. I've been really consumed with like my Star Wars book that I haven't really
Uh-huh.
delved into this one, but I'm going to start. So I'm
That
excited.
sounds really good.
Yeah.
I think I might need to add this to my TBR.
Yes, you should.
And
As
like,
a
where were
Studio
these?
Ghibli fan.
Yes, where were
Mm-hmm.
these stories when we were kids? Non-existent.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. I love that kids are growing up with all of
Mm-hmm.
these diverse stories,
Mm-hmm.
like, and
Mm-hmm.
diverse in every way, like race,
Yeah.
gender, sexuality. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kids can go and find a book
Yep.
about someone who looks and sounds just like them with no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And I
It's
love that.
awesome.
Okay, backing up to Star Wars.
Yes. Yes.
So, As someone who is not a Star Wars fan and doesn't really know anything
Mm-hmm.
about Star Wars, if I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get into the books, where would you
Yeah.
recommend me starting?
Ooh, good question. Because that's the thing. Like Star Wars books, there's like so many different like types and kinds. Like there are these books called Star Wars Legends, which are kind of outside of the canon version of Star Wars.
Okay.
They've been around for like a long time, but then a lot of those books are becoming canon. So I don't know if you should start with those books. But there have been like some more recent things. I don't even know where to start. Like I really would need to think about that to give you a good recommendation. Um, because
Okay.
I've read, like, I like the prequels or like episode one, two, and three. Some people can't stand the prequels, but I actually love that era. I grew up with those movies.
Hmm.
So I read these books about Padme, which is Anakin's lover turned wife, and it's about like her time as queen, when she was the queen of her home planet.
Okay.
And then I read Star Wars Master and Apprentice about Obi-Wan and his master Qui-Gon. So like I like those type of books. But then I also read Ahsoka, which is another character that came from the TV show, and she has her own series on Disney Plus. So, like, I don't even know where to start to give a recommendation. I feel like
There's
you would need
so
to watch
much.
the movies. You would have to watch the movies before you dive into the books. Like,
Gosh,
truly, to really know what you're reading and digesting, you would have to watch the movies. Yeah.
that's not what I wanted to hear,
I,
Amanda.
or you can start with the High Republic.
Okay.
Maybe that's the way that you start
Okay. Because
because
I
it's
want
it's
so
before the
badly.
movies. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I want so badly to like Star Wars because it's such a beloved,
Uh
like,
huh. But you don't
universe.
have to like it though. You know what
But
I mean?
I feel like I might like it if I can just like figure out a
Mhm.
good starting
Yeah.
point and like dip my
Mhm.
toe in. But I'm like so overwhelmed with everything. I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't know where to start. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. I don't want to say the wrong thing because like I don't
Yeah.
want someone to say something. And
Uh
like,
huh.
yeah,
Well,
it
I
just looks
mean,
so cool. And their
it
lightsabers.
is. It is. I think you just have to like. I would start with the movies, like the fourth one, which is the first one. Did
See,
you?
that confuses me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because of how George Lucas like he started in the middle of the story. But people, it's like the beginning, but it's actually the middle. So yeah, you watch
Okay.
four, five, and six, and then watch one, two, and three,
Okay. Do
and
not watch in
then
order. Noted.
yeah. But when you watch them in release order, then watch them one through six.
Gosh,
And
this
then
is
if
a
you want to
lot.
watch the sequels, which were the ones that came out like a few years ago, you can watch those. I'm not the biggest fan, but you can watch those. But yeah, there's there's
Okay.
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Okay. I'm overwhelmed, but okay. Now I
But
know
that's
where
how
to
I feel
start.
about Twilight, though, too. Like, I
What?
want to, but I'm just like, it's a lot. It's a
It
lot.
is, but it is.
Yeah.
But okay, speaking of Twilight,
Yes. What are
since we're
you
talking about
reading?
since we're talking reading,
Yeah.
I just finished reading Midnight Sun,
Okay.
which is Twilight from Edward's perspective.
Right.
So, to the listeners, I am a pretty big Twilight fan. I know
A twi.
it is what it is. Yeah, it is. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but like not really.
Yeah.
I fully acknowledge these are not literary masterpieces, but they are comforting to me.
That's all that matters.
That is all that matters. They
Yeah.
are comfort trash, and I
Oh.
will always refer to them as comfort trash. But I just finished reading Midnight Sun, and I did not enjoy being in Edward's brain.
No.
I didn't like it.
Were you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
No, I was Team Jacob.
That's why you didn't like it.
The
Yeah.
man yaps so much. That book was so long.
Mm.
And like, oh my goodness. It was
Was it
interesting to see.
necessary? Like, did we need
No,
to know what he was thinking?
no, we didn't. In my opinion, we didn't. And I take that with a grain of salt because, like I said, I was never Team Edward. But
Mm-hmm.
the man, his thoughts, they're so like, he can think like, oh, that flower is purple and turn it into a 5-page monologue about how it's more
Gosh.
than the color purple. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah. So did not love being in his brain, but it was
Mm-hmm.
interesting to like hear and read about how he perceived Bella from the beginning because the
Mm-hmm.
man immediately wanted to kill her, like
Oh,
bad.
wow.
It was a little frightening how badly he wanted to kill her and like going back and forth about should I kill her, should I not, and like literally thinking through all the possible ways that he could kill her without
Oh
like
my
outing his
gosh.
family.
Why did he want to kill her?
Because her blood was like she smelled so good to him.
She was
It
the
was like a
chosen one.
drug. It was
She
like
was
a
the
drug,
chosen.
Amanda.
She was the chosen.
So, and I don't know if the rest of the series is going to be released from his point of view. I
Mm-hmm.
hope not because I have no interest. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, don't recommend being in Edward's head. He's a little weird, a little creepy, a
Do
little
like the
creepy.
people that actually like Edward, did they like the book?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm not going to say too much because I know a lot of the other Twihards would come for me with some of my opinions.
How dare you?
I know. But I will end my thoughts about Midnight Sun by saying that Bella and Edward's relationship is so incredibly unhealthy.
Yeah, I've heard that. I have heard that. Yeah.
So incredibly unhealthy and toxic. But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
digress. So that's what I've been reading, other than Oathbound. Currently reading that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say anything about it except it's multiple POVs this time.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
And I'm really like you really get to know some of the side characters from the
Mm-hmm.
previous books, and I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
Mariah, love her.
Mm-hmm.
Never, I was not a big fan of her in Bloodmarked. I don't know. I thought she
Who
was a
was
little
Mariah
snooty.
again? Yeah.
Mariah is she's a root crafter. She's the medium who
Okay.
assists with the memory walks along with
Right.
Patricia.
Right. I remember. Yeah.
And then they end up going to Volition in the second book.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get to learn more about Mariah and the root crafters and you know just how all of that works and how they're intertwined
Mm-hmm.
with the Legend Born. It's just yeah, love it, love that.
That's cool.
Yes, and poor Alice,
Oh no.
justice for my girl Alice, because you know at the end she got injured and
Right.
was like
She's like
in a
out of
coma.
commission. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So interested to see what happens with that.
Yeah. That sounds good. I'm looking forward
Hmm.
to it. I
Yes,
really like listening to the audiobook of the
yes.
Legendborn series.
Hmm.
It's really good.
When I did my reread in preparation for Oathbound coming out, I listened to Bloodmarked, I believe, and it
Mm-hmm.
was really good because I forget that like it's set in North Carolina and like they have
Right.
Southern accents,
Yeah.
so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Not a I'm like becoming more of an audiobook
Mm-hmm.
listener recently, so I really enjoyed that. So, big question for you,
Mm-hmm.
because we're both very big Legendborn fans.
Mm-hmm.
Are you Team Nick or Team Cell?
Good question.
Or are you neutral?
I kind of feel like I'm in the middle because, I feel like I haven't really gotten a lot from Nick because he was
Hmm.
kind of out of the
Yeah,
spotlight in the last book.
he was MIA in book two.
He had a lot of, a lot of action in the first one. I feel like I'm leaning more towards Cell because I feel like I need to see more from Nick, but I'm
Yes.
leaning more towards Cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
I
not
know, I
expect
know
that
that you're,
answer.
I know that you're Team Cell though, right?
Yes. Oh, all the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's funny because, you know, in Legendborn, I was like giggling, kicking my feet
Mm-hmm.
whenever Nick was around
Yeah.
because I did have like that immediate connection, but not like Nick who?
Right. Yeah.
What? Who?
What
Blondie?
what
No.
what did he do? Come on, what did he do?
Right, like, no, yeah, but
Yeah.
I am Team Cell, and he definitely brings just even more of that broody,
Mm-hmm.
angsty
Yep.
vibe.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yes. All right. So we've been reading a lot of, well, maybe not me reading a lot of good stuff, but we've been reading a lot.
We've been reading it. That's all that matters.
We've been reading.
We're
Yes.
reading.
Love it.
So the next topic is the shelf indulgence and
Ooh.
what we're excited about coming up, any book recommendations. So I am personally excited. I don't know, I think I might have mentioned it to you. It's a series called The Marvelers
Mm-hmm.
by Danielle Clayton. It's her third novel in this middle grade series. It's It's called The Deadly Fates. It came out same day as Oathbound, but
Okay.
it didn't get the hype
I'm
because
sorry.
it's a middle grade book for the kids, and no one thinks about that, but it's okay. Anyways, I love this series. Danielle Clayton is an amazing author. She actually used to be a librarian.
Really?
Yes, but now she's a writer. She's an author. She's written a lot of like YA books, and this is her first middle grade book series. And if I was a kid, I would have been obsessed with this series.
Mm-hmm.
I know we both kind of talk about the Amari books and how much we enjoy those from
Yeah.
B.B. Alston, but I kind of connect with this series more a little bit. And
No.
that's saying a lot because I love Amari. I
Oh my
love,
gosh.
love, love Amari.
This girl loves Amari.
Yes, but the Marvelers is getting a little bit of an edge for me. So just a little background follows the main character, Ella Duran, her family. So her family, they're known as like conjurers. And she's the first conjurer to be accepted into the Arcanum Training Institute, which is a magical school in the clouds where the Marvelers practice, their magic and their arts. And like there's different, it's called paragons, kind of like houses that they get sorted into. So like paragon of touch, spirit, vision, sound, and taste. And the people in the Marvel world mistrust her magic and they say that
Mm.
it's bad and unnatural. And it kind of reflects, how Black people are treated in society, like in terms of like discrimination. So it kind of like mirrors that aspect of the life that we can relate to. And along the way, she finds a teacher that she trusts that really sees her conjure magic as a gift. And her two friends, Jason and Bridget, they kind of help her on that journey. And the third book, it's about like tensions that continue to rise between the Marvelers and the Conjurers. And Ella is going to delve deeper into the underworld to uncover some truths about the magical society. And I can't talk enough about this series. I love it, and I highly recommend it to everybody that loves fantasy and likes magical school like type books.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That
10
sounds
out of
really
10.
good.
10 out
That
of 10.
sounds so good. When you
Yeah.
said magical school
Mm-hmm.
in the clouds, it
Yep.
reminded me of Sky High.
Oh yeah, I never watched that movie.
What? Oh my God, that's your homework. You have to watch Sky High.
Yeah.
But that it sounds really good. I want to read that now. Like my
Please
my
do.
never-ending
Please.
TBR.
Yes.
Oh
There's
my
3
God.
books and yeah, it's good.
Okay, because I have seen that listed on your what you're reading
Yeah,
sign. I've
yeah.
seen that before. So okay,
Mm-hmm.
love
Yep.
that. Okay,
So I'm excited about that.
okay, love that.
Yeah. What
Um,
about you?
so later on this month, Rise on the Reaping is coming out, and I'm really
Mm-hmm.
excited for that. That's the next book. Well, kind of in the Hunger Games series.
Ooh, I've seen
Hmm.
some stuff about that.
Yeah, so this is Haymitch's story, him in the games, and I believe that he was in the Quarter Quell. So I'm excited to read more about, why Haymitch is the way that he is.
Hmm.
Because Haymitch is, he's a pretty complex character, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to read it, and I feel like Suzanne Collins, she only releases a book when she has something to say.
Mm.
So I need to know what her message is for this book.
Right. Yeah. I didn't delve into the Hunger Games world either.
Ah!
Yeah. I know that
Okay.
they're beloved,
Yeah.
and one
Yeah.
day I might
Okay.
read them. Yeah.
Okay. When you do, we can discuss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that one because I did read the Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds, and it was really
Mm-hmm.
good. That one was about President Snow.
Mm.
Never saw the movie, which I need to watch that, but very excited for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few weeks ago, another book was released. I started reading it, but then I stopped because Oathbound came out.
Mm.
Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, which is the third book in the Emily Wilde series. It's, I guess, like a cozy fantasy.
That's
Yeah, about
nice.
Emily Wilde, and she is a researcher slash professor, intellectual, if you will. She is
Mm-hmm.
studying the Fae in the fairy realm, and it really is written like her journal as
Mm.
she is, learning about the Fae and the fairies and how they do and who they are and how they live. She ends up meeting Wendell. Spoiler alert, he is Fae. And so it's just, it's so good. It's very cozy, not a high stakes series at all. It's kind of nice to take a break from high stakes fantasy sometimes and just to read something
Yeah.
that's a little, slower paced.
Yeah.
So the third book, they are actually going into the realm of fairy because before then they've been in the human world studying together. So now they are in the fairy realm, and it's really interesting to see her immersed in the land and around the people that she has been studying for so long. It's good.
That sounds good.
It was really hard to give that without any spoilers. I'm like, wait, I
Yeah.
can't say that.
What should I say? And then I feel like sometimes we might have to be like, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Like, we're going to talk about it. Like,
Yes.
just mute it or just, go somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can put that in the description, I guess, whenever we
Yeah.
have spoilers in an episode.
Right. Yeah.
So those are what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
My shelf indulgences.
Yes.
And side note, Emily Wilde series, the covers of those books are stunning because they do look like someone's personal journal, but like a very beautiful one, and I'm just obsessed with them. So they look good on your shelves.
Yeah. I feel like books are really like outdoing themselves, like with the artwork
Yeah,
and like the illustrations.
I agree because I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I do.
You totally can't judge a book by its cover.
Like if it's not a good cover, I don't want to read it.
Yeah, I mean that's a big draw.
It is.
It's like, does it look good? Yep. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna read it.
Yes, that's why I have a bone to pick with Brandon Sanderson because if you have seen his covers, and this might not be a popular opinion, but his covers are really ugly.
Ooh.
They are, especially like the older editions of his stuff. They're not cute, but his books are so fantastic. I'm like, please get a new artist, get a new illustrator, please. I'm begging you, Brandon Sanderson, if you're listening to this, please.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Well, I think it's time for the bookend.
Okay.
Yes. So the bookend question that I'm going to throw out is, do you prefer paperback or hardback books?
Ooh, you go first.
Okay. So I feel like you can make a pro and con list for both types. But for me, I really like hardback books. I just feel like it's more bookish, it has more structure and weight, and it just holds up better than paperbacks. They look great on bookshelves, and they really add a lot of character to your bookshelf. And the only con is the price. Like, the price will get you every time, but I think it's worth it. If you really like the book, like if I really like a book, I'm going to get it in hardback if it's still available, because sometimes the hardback's like, oh, it's no more, but you can get the paperback. I'm like, I don't want the paperback.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so angry.
Yeah, like just deal with it.
Angry. Or like when a book releases and you can only get it in paperback or only hardcover, like, oh.
Right.
It grinds my gears.
Yep.
Okay, so you're a hardcover person.
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to agree. I like hardcover books better.
Yeah.
I think they do hold up better. They're easier to, I don't know, just kind of have around and not worry that they're gonna get messed up.
Yeah.
And then it also like leaves space for extra like beautiful artwork.
Yeah, the book jackets.
Yeah, the book jackets, and sometimes there might be a little something inside, like an Oathbound. There's like, the artwork on the very first page. But I do prefer. Also, I just feel like, a little better than everyone else when I have a hardcover book.
Yeah, it's like, I got the hardback.
Like, look at you in your paperback.
But, no offense to the paperback.
No offense to the paperback.
Because,
no.
I get it. Like, if you just want a book to get on the run and you're going somewhere, you just want a book, like, and you might worry about how it's going to, like, if you don't want to get, like, super messed up, like, okay, I'm going to get the paperback because, it's, the material isn't going to be as, strong, so you can bend it. Like, some people, like, bend their books.
Like, break the spine.
Yeah. So you can, like, it's more like portable. So, and it can be more affordable too. So, there are some pluses. And I feel like, like, I do have the books that I'm reading right now, The Light of the Jedi and the Anzu in the Realm of Darkness. They're both in paperback. And they are actually in good shape. I don't know. I feel like they've gotten, like the material that they use, it's a little bit, I don't know, feels like stronger somehow. So
I like that.
it depends on who the publisher is, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, I almost always have to have my fantasy books in hardcover because it just feels
Mm.
wrong to read a
Oh.
fantasy book paperback for me. For
Like
me
you're
personally,
disrespecting the book by getting it in
yes,
paperback.
it's a disrespect to the book, to the
Oh
characters, to the author. It's like shame on you. But
man.
any other genre, I'm okay
Mm-hmm.
with it being in paperback. Like romance, and I don't really read a lot of romance,
Mm-hmm.
but the ones that I do have, they're all in paperback. And I don't know, it just feels wrong to me to hold
Right.
a romance book in hardcover. Like, what is that?
Right. Because I
No
guess
offense.
it's like, yeah, like if it's hardback, it's like, this is a book. Like,
Not that romance books aren't books,
I
but
know,
like,
right? Those are books, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like we might have just upset the romance community. I'm sorry.
No
Please
offense.
accept my deepest
No offense.
apology.
Because I actually really, well, the last romance book I read well, it's kind of like a mix of romance and like, was it a romantasy
Was it?
the Irregular Society of
Yeah, I think that was,
Secret
yes.
Witches.
Hmm.
It's in paperback, but I think it deserves hardback treatment. And I don't know if there's a hardback because I really like that book. But
Okay, I can agree with that.
yeah, I don't
Um,
know. But I can see what you're saying though with that.
yeah, my personal bias.
Yeah, I get it. I
Sorry,
get it.
y'all.
No
We have
offense.
strong opinions here. We have strong opinions
Yeah.
here.
And that's the thing, like it's our opinion. Like no one has to like agree with it. Like it's okay
Yeah.
to disagree with it. Everyone
Hmm.
has a right to express their opinions.
Absolutely. Everyone is
Yes.
free to yell at me, scream at me about how Twilight is trash and how the author is trash. And
Yeah.
just, you can because it's valid.
Yeah. It's freedom of speech, as they say. But
Absolutely.
we always want to make sure we're being kind with our speech and not
Yes.
like, how we've seen some discourses online. So,
Yes, absolutely. Our goal is always
yeah.
to be kind, positive.
Yes, yes, yes.
We just want to put our thoughts, feelings out
Mm-hmm.
there in the book community, but always in a respectful way. And in
Yeah.
an inclusive way also, I think, as
Right.
two, POC hosts, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's kind of what we're looking for is an inclusive but diverse,
Yeah.
respectful space to express what we're how we think and feel about the books that we love and maybe
Yeah.
books that we don't love.
Right. It's a safe space to just talk about books, all opinions, all thoughts.
Hmm.
So, yeah. The Reader's Realm.
Reader's Realm.
Yes.
That's
First
what it is.
episode. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So this was exciting. And I feel like, books, that's really like what we connected on when we first started becoming friends. It was
Hmm.
books. So I think that's something that I think a lot of people can relate to. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, you started talking to someone maybe because you read the same book or you just connected over some things that you like or have in common. So
Oh,
definitely
absolutely.
very,
Yeah.
grateful for the book.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the book community is so strong, especially
Mm-hmm.
now with, TikTok and Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
podcasts and,
Yeah.
all of the things. It's really bringing together people, over an activity that really historically has been very solitary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's wonderful just to make connections with people that you might not have met otherwise.
Yeah.
And to just see that you have like a deep love for whatever book you're reading or whatever genre. And I think that is really cool to see people come together. And I am very thankful for that personally, because
Yeah.
it brought us together for sure.
Yes, yes,
Um, and it has just been really wonderful to see.
yes. It's awesome.
Hmm.
So we're excited about what's to come with this podcast and just
Very excited.
expanding and, getting people to, interact with it and let us know what they like, what they would like to see us talk about and all that
Hmm.
good stuff. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm excited to hear listeners let us know if you prefer paperback or hardcover and
Mm-hmm.
why.
Yes.
I'm interested to see because I want this to be kind of, interactive. So
Yeah.
that is your question to ponder.
Yes, yes. So I think a common thing people say is, where can they follow you at? So where can people like follow the Reader's Realm
So we do
podcast?
have an Instagram.
Yay!
At Reader's Realm.
Because Brenna is the social media manager.
No, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have an Instagram and we will link that somewhere for you guys to find and access easily. And then personally, I can be found at Brenna Saprenda on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. And currently you can follow me on nothing right now. I mean, I have some social media, but I'm not really like I've got to make like a public one that for this kind of podcast.
We're going to bring her over to the dark side.
Yeah.
Make her have social media.
Yeah,
At least just for bookish things.
Yeah, for bookish stuff. Definitely for the book stuff, which is cool. So it's coming soon, but definitely check out the other. Follow Brenna. Follow the
Reader's Realm on Instagram.
Reader's Realm, yes.
We'll be posting content, photos, and that will really be like a place for us to interact with everyone. So,
yeah.
Not much on there right now, but more to come soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon. And I think we talked about doing a monthly podcast. So definitely look for the next episode in April.
Yes.
Yes.
Very excited.
So, yeah. So I don't think we figured out how to like end it, but we'll come up with something. Okay. But for now, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. See you guys next time.
Yeah. Bye. Happy reading.
Happy reading.